Hello and welcome to the Peak Millennials podcast. I'm Collins.
And I'm Natalie.
Each week, we will delve deep into various peak millennial topics, exploring what we remember.
And what we want to forget.
And read some captivating stories that'll evoke a sense of deja vu in all of us.
This is the age before iPhones and social media we know today.
This is where a good mix CD, silver eyeshadow, and MTV raised us.
So crack open that Jones soda.
Kick off your black Converse.
And let's teleport to the world of the peak millennials. Send your stories to peakmillennialspod@gmail.com or slide into our Instagram at Peak Millennial Pod.
And make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you know when we go live. Bam, 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 bam.
Wow, 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 wow.
Hi. I haven't seen you since we had our live episode, which I realized because someone DM'd, they asked, where was our episode last week?
Yes.
We had a live episode last week.
We had a live episode. We were there.
How did you like it? Did you love it? Hate it?
I loved it. Also, Jesus Christ. I always set my phone to like do not disturb, and then nobody ever talks to me. But
Sure.
then today's the day. I was like, can we just not? Because I feel like I can hear it go dinging in my ear, and it's dinging on my computer, and it's dinging on. I'm like, can we just stop all the dinging, please? Well, first, yes, I loved it. I thought it was really fun. It was definitely different. It was kind of cool to have like live chat. So that was cool. Yeah. But also
the feedback was great from it. People loved it. People want it more. So I think that that's something in 2026 that we're going to bring for you.
Speaking of, this is our first episode of 2026.
Woo! Happy New Year!
Hooray,
Does it
hooray.
feel any different?
No.
This year, in 2026, we go to our 20-year high school reunion.
We do. Oh, we need to go and get those tickets.
Yeah, we got to get those
prices change.
I don't know. I'm weirded out by like when prices change, because like this isn't like a fair. This is not like a county fair where like there's legitimate like overhead costs.
Like, if anyone that's going to our high school reunion listening to this and understands why the price is going to change from one day to another, feel free, send us a message. Let us know. We would love to know like why. And maybe it's because they need to make sure that like head count is there.
Right.
But
maybe they want to prevent people like literally day before. You know?
Oh, that's true. Make sure that like food counts are good and all that biz.
Yeah.
Also, my cat's here today.
Honestly, it's a vibe. So yeah, we'll be doing that this year, 2026. I hope brings prosperity to you if you're listening to this. I hope it brings
joy.
Anything. Yeah, joy, peace.
Whatever you're looking for 2026. Do you do resolutions?
I don't have resolutions, but I have goals. So like my goal is for my podcast that I can grow it at least 20%. So what we usually get, I want it to grow more. I put an intentions list of 20 people that I want to either interview or collaborate with or do something with content wise. I don't have like resolutions like I need to lose weight or I need to be more healthy, but it is keeping it in the front part of my brain of 2025 was a year where I think that I was just trying to survive, and I still feel that way. But I don't know, maybe maybe I'll do more than surviving this year. I also have a list of books that I want to read. Last year I set like 32 books. I don't know how I got to 32 books, but I ended up reading 35 books. So
amazing.
And I include audiobooks with those because it's still like storytelling and all the things, because there are some purists that are like, no, but I also listen to like podcasts as well as like music. So I don't know. I try to not just be book centric. I try to be holistically approached. So I don't know. What about for you?
I also I don't set like resolutions because I think that there's so many like negative, at least for me, if I tell myself like, you have to do this or you have to do this by a certain date, like that type of goal setting is really hard for me. So like generalized goal setting is something that I like to do, and I have to write it down. So like I have to write down the things that I want to do. And I've always been like that. I have to write down everything, even if it doesn't need to be written down. Like I just write it down.
Yeah.
So one of the main goals for this year is that we're going to expand our garden by 7 additional garden beds.
Oh
so
my
that's
goodness.
a goal between Brian and I. Another goal is, or hope, manifestation, if you will. The group that like got me into K-pop, BTS, came back from their military hiatus that they took for the last 2 years, 3 years in a way, and they are releasing not only a new album, but they're also releasing a world tour.
What?
Yeah, literally in 2 weeks. So they're going to be releasing, or a pre-sale for their album comes out, and then the announcement for their concert comes out like literally 2 days after the pre-sale for their album. So basically my wallet is going to cry. But it's really like, it's big. We're taking our youngest to her first concert also in like literally 9 days.
Oh my goodness.
So I'm really excited about that. Like there's just goal wise is that like, 1, we want to build, we're building up our garden. 2, I want to manifest BTS concert world tour tickets. Yeah. And then 3, collectively, Brian and I really want to build our content creating this year, specifically around like gardening, because that's what we do most together. And I, like you and I were talking about off camera, I have to get over my generalized nervousness about creating content. And
I feel that very much.
Doing it. Just doing it, I think.
2026 is just the year of fucking doing it, right?
Just doing it and just being, and I'm going to kind of take a point from you specifically, because you're kind of my inspiration in it. But like, you are just authentically yourself. Like,
it's so cool. Let me tell you, the price to be authentic means that the people who are wanting to be around you and have stuck around actually like you. But then I go, oh, was I too authentic? And like the people that like were around, is that why they're not around anymore? Because I was too open. And honestly, yeah, That's happened, and it sucks because then I have to also grieve. So yeah,
but that's my one of my biggest goals, I guess, resolutions, if you will, for 2026 is I just want to unapologetically and authentically just like be myself, talk about the things that I like to talk about, not just hide the things about myself that may be uncool to other people, or be afraid that someone's not gonna like me if I like make myself smaller, allow myself to like take up space, because I have to remember that like I'm not just doing it for myself, but I'm doing it like for my kids too.
Oh,
you know, like when you're especially when you're raising I guess like girls, like girls wise. Also our music is still playing.
Oh, I was just jamming out over here.
No, we're vibing. It's a vibe. It's totally a vibe.
It is a vibe.
It's a vibe. I like our music.
Is with us until the bitter end.
But I think about that too, and I don't want to be a smaller version of myself. Things that I like, things that make me laugh, things that make my girls laugh, like I just want to be myself. Sorry, I keep like looking this way because I feel like there's something in my closet that I've never seen before. And my closet door is open and I'm like, what are you?
That's why I always keep my closet doors closed. And mine are mirrors. So I forget that they're there all the time.
Well, it's like a shirt in my closet that's hung up that looks like it's like a skeleton. And I was like, when did I get a skeleton shirt? That's new. Just wearing clothes. I don't remember what I have.
So also for 2026, I am going to realistically reduce all of my clothes.
Yes, I would love
I keep saying this and say like, but I get like emotional attachments to things.
Yes.
But I don't know about you, but like, so for instance, this shirt, I'm trying it out. I bought this at Walmart. It's Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man, but I'm pretty sure it's a bedtime shirt now that I'm wearing it because of like where it's loose and then where it's like, I had to like stretch out the neck a little bit because it's like, why is it like this? And it's like really big and really long.
It looks so cozy. It might be because I also have a sleeping shirt from Walmart that I got during like Christmas season. Yeah. And the neck is strangely tight, but everything else is strangely loose. I was like, we just holding on here? Like,
yeah, I am only a head, right? That's how it feels. So I've been like trying to adjust things, but it's so big here. Like at those dolman tops, you know what I mean? Where it's because Torrid is really good about a dolman top where they're like big batwing arms and then like little tiny waist.
I'm not built for that.
Anyways,
give me a baby doll any day. I mean, an empire waist.
I love a baby doll.
Top, like
anything that because I'm barrel chested. I need something to give me shape. Anyways, so we're not talking about clothes. We're not talking about resolutions. We are talking about instant messengers, the 2000s classic. Tell me your experience about instant messaging.
So for me, I didn't have like, we had a family computer, but be damned if you thought that you were going to be getting into a chat room. I'm pretty sure that my dad had the same like software on the computer that the freaking FBI used to catch Josh Duggar. Like, right.
Not the porn software, right?
No, I don't even know. Yeah, I don't even know. But like, there was no real ability to even get onto that. So I did what I think any kid did that didn't have access at home, is I did it at school.
Yeah.
Until firewalls happened. And
I was about to say, until it was like what, 2005 that they like got firewalls. But then we're smart that we like figured out websites and proxy whatever. It was like proxy frog dot whatever. And it's like a search engine that you did that, and then you put the website address into it, and it like bypassed we were doing all kinds of things just so that we could chat.
Well, and I used primarily I used like MSN Messenger. My first ever email address was Hotmail. It was a Hotmail. It was I really loved Patrick from SpongeBob. I still do. But it was like Patrick Star, and then it was 4, like the number 4, and then and I've since deleted this, so it's whatever. But I basically, like, it was like Patrick Star forever. And I was like, this is my fucking email. And I was like, I loved this stupid email so much. But that's what I would use when I would log in. And I had the same Yahoo as my Hotmail. So it was the same, or my MSN or whatever. For my like, because I was like, I never used it, and I didn't want to forget. And as an adult, I'm like, that's not very safe. You shouldn't do that.
Yeah, because I remember with like MSN Messenger, you had to have like an MSN or a Hotmail email. To use Yahoo Messenger, you had to have a Yahoo account. And with AOL, you had to have like an AOL account. So, you know,
I always got jealous because, like, one of the girls that I grew up with, her parents like didn't care, and so she always had, I know, she always had like the infamous, like, oh, I have to run home really quick and check my instant messenger and see, you know, if anyone had left me a message or who was online or blah blah blah. And I was like, I wish I could do that.
Well, like, we also had like dial up, which, like, unless you were like, we had dial up until maybe senior year, if that, maybe, I'm not sure. But it was like, there's a separate phone line, you had to dial in, so internet is not constantly going.
That sound was just insane. If you've never heard that sound, listeners, just YouTube it. You could find it. Just Google, what did AOL dial-up sound like? And then and then I would always wait. I'd like dial up, and then it would be like, you got mail. And I was like, I got mail.
Yeah.
And they got no mail.
Wait.
It was just like silly goose.
Should I enter it in?
Oh my gosh, should you? Can you?
Okay, I can.
Oh. I'm curious. Oh gosh.
I know. All right, I'm sharing this for everyone.
Oh God.
Just for you.
The dialing. Beep, 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 beep. Good God. Oh,
this is so painful.
It's so bad. It's so bad. Dial-up sound for 10 hours?
People are freaks.
No one needs to listen to that. No one needs that for 10 hours. But could you imagine just like trying to sneak online? Well, I mean, like, you don't have to. We don't have to imagine this, but like, listeners, if you had to like sneak to listen or try and get online so that your parents didn't know, so that you could like play your game online, or you could chat online, or whatever it was. That's what you had to go through. And it wasn't quiet. And you couldn't turn the sound down.
Right. It was like that pre-programmed of like, you know?
And it was loud.
It was very loud.
Ungodly loud.
But I think that like after a while you just kind of, so this is what my routine would be. I would come home from school, literally race home from school, get to the computer first, do the dial-up sound, and then go grab a snack. And then by the time, like, you could hear because I was at AOL Instant Messenger. So you could hear door open sound and door close sound, because that is what the AOL Instant Messenger was. You can just like get the AOL Instant Messenger sounds. Oh my God. Okay, these are going to be nostalgia for you. Are you ready?
Yes.
More noises. Okay.
Oh no, the money.
The money. That was like a message to way. Oh my God. These are just so nostalgic. Oh,
the ding.
Mm-hmm.
Or the door slam. That was always one of my favorites.
Yeah, the door slam definitely. Oops. Sorry, I removed the wrong thing.
It'll just be you and all the sounds.
Yeah. Leave me and my sounds be. But it's like that's what would be going the entire time. Unless you like turned off the sound on your computer or something. But
and okay, so like for me, I always just wanted to I wanted to connect with people because frankly I thought that like everyone at my school sucked. Like I just like this sounds like so silly, and maybe other people think this too, but like I thought I was just like such a unique and cool kind of person, but I just felt like I felt so nerdy at the same time, right? Because I was like the fat girl, and it was uncool to be fat. And I was like, by the way, at that time, I think I was maybe a size 12. So like
we weren't,
it wasn't like that. Well, anyway, whatever. And so it just, I felt like if I had a screen between myself and someone else, like I could just be myself without them having to see like what I looked like, because that was what I felt like was holding me back from a lot of things, was the way that I looked. And people are like, oh, this girl is stupid, like not stupid, but like, ooh, she's lame, or ooh, she's, like the fat girl. Because no lies, I can't tell you how many times family members, family friends, extended family were like, you have such a beautiful face. But like, if you lost weight, or if you did this, or if you blah, 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 like, and I didn't want to be that. I just wanted to be myself. And so I found that it was such an outlet to be who I wanted to be online, and chat rooms gave that to me. In kind of like in a way it felt really safe, but like as an adult, like it probably wasn't that safe. It probably wasn't.
So because I had like friends from basketball and when I played at the rec center, and then I had friends that were from church, and then friends were so many different like different groups of friends. I loved how instant messaging, even in its like infant stages, really gave me the ability to connect with lots of people all at once, and then
Mm-hmm.
also people that I've never met before. And I know that that sounds really risky because now it's just so normal of like I could be friends with someone that lives in New York or, LA or Florida
Yeah.
or Indiana, and I've never met them before, but we just have a common interest. Back 20 years ago, it was kind of unsafe because you really don't have that like authentic, like how do I authenticate that I'm not speaking to like a child predator? And we really didn't
Yeah.
have that, but I don't think that we thought it was that serious. Like those
No.
those 60-minute stories that we heard, or even watching To Catch a Predator, or even like, the small things that were coming out, like news wise, weren't in our stratosphere. It was not important to us. However, I got in trouble. So I had AOL Instant Messenger and MSN Messenger.
Yeah.
And there was a guy that I met in a chat room. So, like, not only did you have like downloaded applications, but you had like, you could go on Yahoo like chat rooms or bulletin boards where it would be like a topic of something, and like multiple different screen names would be like commenting, and then you could take things off to a different, hey, this is my AIM screen name, hey, this is my MSN,
Yeah.
let's chat back and forth outside of this platform. Well, there was a guy that I had met. I I was in a lot of different kinds of chat rooms, mostly like related to things that I was interested in, like wrestling, because nobody really around me was watching wrestling like I was watching wrestling. I mean, everybody loved WWF at the time, but I was more interested in like, okay, I want to watch Japanese stuff. And then, I started trading DVDs with my neighbor Preston. And we started like pirating stuff from online.
Oh no.
And like he would like hand me like DVDs and be like, it would just be like what a mixed CD would look like, but it would have
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like a match or two or three, or we'd get stuff from the library. And that's how I started watching like Ring of Honor, because Ring of Honor is small promotion, did shows like maybe once a month, maybe every couple months, but they would always have a DVD. And like that was the rise of like wrestling DVDs, because you could just send $5. I would send $5 cash in an envelope to a random address, and I would get mailed a DVD. Or like my neighbor Preston really didn't have like a lot of like supervision, so like I could give him money, or like we would split it and like just share it, and we would just constantly be watching and trading wrestling stuff together. And that was like how I started talking to a lot of people, started going on like the WWE and ROH chat rooms. But thinking about it, I have no idea who I'm talking to,
Yeah.
And because I was a young girl posting actual pictures of me, I was talking to this guy that I had just met in a chat room, and he would always use the horn dog like picture or emoji, and I had no idea what that was. I'm like 13. And then my dad came by and was like, "What the hell? You don't know what a horn dog is? Blah blah blah. You're grounded from the computer. Blah blah blah." And I remember like just feeling so mortified because my dad made me like unfriend him, and he was like, "How do you know who this guy is?" And I'm like, "I don't. Like half of these people on my MSN, like I don't know who they are, but I just like to talk to them like when wrestling is on."
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're like, I don't know who this man is or this
Yeah.
person is. I remember that I was uh I used Yahoo the most. So like I
Okay.
had an MSN, but I used Yahoo the most. And primarily because I liked that Yahoo had they also offered games.
Mm.
So you could play, and that's how I got around like the school thing and how I used it at school for so long was
Mhm.
that you could play the games on like Yahoo chat or whatever,
Mhm.
and but you still had like the sidebar where you could chat with people.
Yeah.
um I think Yahoo was partnered with like Zynga games maybe before Zynga got into like Farmville, but I could be
Mm.
wrong. It was just some type of, I can't remember what it was, but they had games like Bubble Shooter, and like there was
Mm.
one where you had to like pop the balloons to let things down for like a cactus, and there was one called like Sweet Tooth. Anywho, it was like Candy Crush before Candy.
Mhm.
Anywho. But I had met someone like in a chat room, and because like I couldn't just upload photos of myself on my computer without my dad like being like,
Yeah.
why are you uploading these photos? You're not supposed to be online. You're not supposed to be doing this stuff. Um, I catfished without knowing what catfishing was, but
Right. You have no idea.
I felt like I was being really creative, but also I was protecting myself. And so I was being safe,
I mean, you were being safe.
right?
I'm proud of you for being safe. That's just so funny to me.
But
That's
I kept it fairly realistic.
Mhm.
I picked someone that had my same hair color, my same skin color, my
Mhm.
same eye color. It was just a stock photo I found online. I mean, I think I even used my same name.
Yeah.
For a while I went by Natalia because I thought it was really like unique and creative, and then I was like, then I'm not really using my real name.
Hi, I'm Natalia, but my real name is Natalie.
Natalie.
Oh my
But
god.
so I would meet people in these chat rooms. And the thing that I remember that you could do is when you were playing games, you could go into specific games that were age blocked. So if you could join, I can't remember what the age blocks were, but it was like 14 or like 15
Oh
or
yeah,
I don't know,
yeah,
something
yeah.
15 to like 17 or
Mhm.
like 18 to 20. Like it was just like age ranges, but they were in specific for games. And I would always join in a group that was about the same age as I was in hopes that I would meet the love of my life in a chat room. Because again, I was like
That's so
15, 14, 15, who knows. And maybe when I was younger, but I would in fact like go over when I was younger and when chat rooms first came out. I would always go over to like my school friend Amanda's house, and her parents, like their computer used to be like upstairs, and then they moved it downstairs because obviously like people are doing stuff online at nighttime, whatever,
Mhm.
and they didn't want to be disturbed. Um, but we would just go online, like we would just go into a chat room and would just like beep boop bop boop boop and just like talk to people until 3, 4, 5 a.m. And then we would go to sleep. And then I'd fall asleep for 2 hours because I had to be home at 7 a.m. and then run on empty the entire day. And I was like, I'm so tired, but I would do it again.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like I would never learn of like I can't just You know what I mean? Like, I just can't keep
Yeah.
doing that, you know?
I would keep doing it. But I loved a good chat room. I loved doing like the age, what is it? Age, sex, location, whatever it
Oh
was.
my god, ASL!
Yes.
ASL!
Yes.
I would
I
lie.
loved that.
I
Oh,
lied every time.
maybe you
18
didn't
F
lie.
LA. I would always say I lived in Los Angeles. That's the title of this podcast, or the podcast
What?
episode is
18
ASL.
female. Not AS. 18 female LA.
LA.
I remember, okay, so like I remember, was it in Facebook days or was it earlier than that? Maybe it was MySpace. So then, okay, so I started in like Yahoo chat rooms. Then I like sneaky got a MySpace because I
Mhm.
learned that you could like erase the history on the on the computer.
Yes, yes.
So I would erase the history on the
Mhm.
computer in hopes that like no one could find out what I was doing. And like whatever, I'm old enough now, so I don't really care. Clearly I'm just fine. Clearly
Sure.
I'm just fine. I'm surviving. But I remember that I was still doing the same thing of like I couldn't upload a photo of myself to my
Mhm.
MySpace quite yet cuz I didn't have the ability to do so. Um
Because this is
but
also a time before, like, our phones
truly,
had
yeah.
cameras, and
Yeah,
you
you
did
had to
have,
take them on a digital camera.
yeah, you had to take.
Like the
So,
Canon.
we had a digital camera that was our family digital camera, and I often
Yeah.
took it to be a photographer, in quotes. I'm a photographer now, and I'm taking pictures of, like, a blade of grass, our
Yes.
house. And then the moment I turned it around and figured you can't see. There's an, and you like look and you're like, oh, it's blurry. Take it again. Oh, it's like over here. I'm not
It's like
afraid.
up here. You only see my forehead and the
Yeah.
top of my head.
And then when you learn about like delay, like a 10-second delay, you like press it down, you run, and then a lot of us did like the emo, like
Mm-hmm.
I was a menace with a digital camera. A
Mm-hmm.
menace.
I'm an absolute menace. And then, I mean, and then you started to get, then you started to get like phones with the camera and the
Mhm.
blurriness, the
Those
grittiness of
pixels were
those
working hard.
so much. But I remember that I had, once I got my MySpace, I was still like using a fake. It was before I like told anybody that I had a MySpace at school. So it was like sneaky
Yeah.
MySpace. And
Mhm.
I was still using like a fake photo. And I
Mhm.
also don't condone like doing this. Like if you're please don't catfish people. It's not really fun. Um, but I started to talk to people and I was like, "Oh my gosh, people actually like me." I was talking to some guy um
Yeah.
who said that he was in France. And then there was another guy that was from like, oh, I don't really remember. But then this is the twist of the whole story. I started talking to this guy because he was like, "Oh, I'm like emo," and he had like this like emo photo, blah blah blah. Blah. He's like, "I only listen to Breaking Benjamin," da, 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 da. And I was like, "Cool, friend, that's awesome. I can fix you." And then, come to find out, he
No.
was also doing the catfish.
No!
So he was like, "I'm so sorry. I used a fake photo. I didn't want to like upset." And this I just remember this because it's so absurd. And he was like, this is what I really look like. And he sent me a real photo. And I was like, joke's on you, because I also did this. And he got mad and deleted me.
No, that's
Yeah.
terrible.
I was
I'm so
rolling
sorry.
though, because I was like, you can't get mad at me for doing the same thing that you were doing. Whatever, clown. Go listen to Breaking Benjamin. Get out of
Whatever,
here.
clown, she
Yeah,
says.
whatever. Get out. Get out. Get out. But I mean, I think that chat rooms were so interesting because they came out of nowhere. In my it just feel like poof, they came about.
I think the best part though about chat rooms, and I was doing a little bit of research before we came on here, but in the 2000s, chat rooms really exploded by the instant messenger application because web-based platforms were so like, you post like a Craigslist ad, right? Like you post like a message in a message board, and then you have to wait 20-30 minutes, maybe an hour before someone replies. Where a lot of these applications, this was the first time we ever saw like instant messaging, right? And I have my top 3, but like, this is AOL Instant Messenger, right? So you had to have an AOL email account. And if you're watching it on the video version, you're seeing a picture of what the application used to look like. You had a screen name, and then you could double click, or you could have multiple people in a conversation or a room. And if someone was online, you could send them a message, and they would send you a message right back. I have a story to tell you.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm here.
So I have a sister from one of my dad's previous marriages. And we found her because of AOL Instant Messenger. So my sister Danielle is from my dad's previous marriage before my mom. But she posted on like a GeoCities website, or like an adoption website or something, that it was like, I'm looking for my parents, because my dad didn't know she existed. So it was my dad's name and my dad's second wife's name on there. And she was looking for her parents, like her birth parents, because she was adopted, because her adopted father died of a rare disease. So she wanted like the genetic history to see what she needed to be like concerned about, because it had been like a closed adoption in my, I think. But all that was listed, because she was a minor, was her AOL instant messaging name. So my dad hired a private investigator to like find out the legitimacy of this. And he went and asked my grandmother, and my grandmother goes, yeah, my dad's ex-wife came to him when my dad was in boot camp or whatever, while they were separated, because they were going to get a divorce, saying that she was pregnant and was asking for money, trying to do it this way to kind of get money instead of like, garnishing my dad's wages and all the things, right?
Yeah.
Because this is also the 80s, right?
Yeah.
And my grandmother gave her a check for Schwishmorshan,
which she didn't use, clearly.
And she used the money to fly to California and put up this girl for adoption. And she ended up being adopted by a family in Southern California. Because it's closed, my dad has no idea, like there's no relationship. And so a year went by, and suddenly like she came online on AOL. And then my dad chatted back and forth, and she immediately went offline. And my dad was like, great, I found out this AOL screen name to this girl, and it was like a generic like Angel Baby or something baby, whatever. And then there was contact, there was a phone call, and then my dad flew out to California. And I think there was a paternity test. I think all of that happened, and found out that she is my half sister. So my sister Danielle and uh, I was in middle school, late middle school, going into high school when we found out that I had a sister, a half sister that I'd never known about. So, but yeah, that's how AOL.
That's amazing.
Sister. AIM gave me a sister. And I've met her. I've met her multiple times. She's visited here. I visited there. She has kids. I don't look like any of my other siblings, but when we sat down together, we were very similar. So
I love
anyway,
that though. That's so beautiful.
but if she's listening to that, I think that she listens sometimes to the podcast. Hi Danielle, I love you. But, do you have any crazy AIM story to? Oh, the other thing about AIM, you could have away messages. And a lot of my away messages were like emo lyrics. It'd be like behind these hazel eyes, and it would be like the lyrics to behind these hazel eyes. Yeah.
I did not like I didn't really have anything that was super crazy. Like I didn't have a lot of access to it.
Okay.
And so most of what I had wasn't until I was older and like I had moved out and I had access to a computer on my own. And so I think by that time, anything that I had done was with friends. But I just remember just sitting in random chat rooms where you would talk to people. And I think when my friends and I would sit in chat rooms, we were trying to find like the perviest person that would like do what, like to try to find that one, I would just say the one guy that was like, how old are you? What are you wearing? Blah, blah, blah. Like that kind of stuff. And see like how far it could go until it was like, ew, gross. Or like they would send a photo, you know? Because like everything was unmoderated. There was like truly nothing on there, but you could just go into a chat room and they'd be like, how old, like you obviously are like, how old are you? And then like, what are you wearing? What do you look like? Blah, 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 blah. And it wasn't ever, I don't know. It wasn't ever like, let's get to know you. It was like, show me your boobies.
Yeah.
I want to show you nothing. But it was always fun to kind of play that game because you could find photos online and then be like, let's see how quickly I can find like a weird photo and send it to this creep person to get them to like leave the room. Because
there were no filters, right? There was no like nothing that was like, oh, you're a minor. Maybe you shouldn't be accessing this.
Yeah. And I think that was the biggest thing too, is that we did see stuff like on Dateline or on the news, and they were like, if you're a minor, if you're a child, don't go into a chat room because you never know who's going to be in the chat room. But we were like, piff, like, we're going to be okay. Yeah. But I think now, like, as an adult, I'm like, that was really scary. And it maybe should have had a little bit more like restraint, but like whatever. Because I mean there are people that do get caught up in that mess.
You're right. But as we mentioned, AIM, it was like you had to know someone's specific screen name. You couldn't search someone's first and last name. What was your AOL screen name? Was it that Patrick? Yeah. Okay.
It was either Patrick Star Forever, or it was like some uppercase, lowercase combination of like my first and last name.
We all did first and last names.
No, my first name and my middle name.
Oh,
Like
middle name.
some
Oh,
type
I was
of
big into first and last names until I
yeah,
was like, you
you
know
just
what?
give me out my government name all the time.
Yeah. But I definitely that was the birth of Colimo. Collemo. Because I
I
was
think
emo Colleen.
I think I went by Natalie all the time, like how I have it spelled here, like Natalee. Like I would do some combination of like some type of weird wingdings on the side and then
Yeah.
Natalie in the middle. Because a
Yeah.
lot of people, even
Wingdings before
now,
emojis, right?
before emojis, right?
Mhm.
But I always struggled with people pronouncing Natalie. I don't understand it and I don't get it, but it has
Mhm.
always been a thing. And I can like I don't get it. But so I would do it because to me it's like phonetically Natalie.
Right.
Natalie and it's easy. But then like all the like la, 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 like that like leads into the name. I never did like Angel Baby 69
Yeah.
or Baby Girl 23. Like
Mhm.
I felt like that was really silly and cheesy. And I was like, I'm not that girl.
Yeah, I had a lot of friends who did like angel baby or whatever baby. Pepsi baby was one of my friends. Pepsi, like because Pepsi was cooler than Coca-Cola at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I kept with the Kalimo, or I went to Kalimo Oath when I was in my emo, because I wanted
Mm-hmm.
everyone to know that Under Oath was my favorite band. I really needed everyone to know that. Um, but this brings us to MSN Messenger. MSN
Mm-hmm.
Messenger, very similar looking to AOL Instant Messenger, but this one was like, I have to give you my actual email address
Mm-hmm.
to add you here, which is also a safety and security thing. Now that I'm thinking about it, like at least with AOL, we had screen names, whereas MSN Messenger, I had to give you my call underscore beanie underscore 15 at hotmail.com. And you just had my email address, and then you could just send me emails all the time. Um, do you remember that like there was like an update on MSN Messenger where it was like an emoji, like a GIF emoji, like a
Yeah.
flash emoji, and it was like sending you a kiss, and it would be like, and like the kisses would like come out like 3D. Like if you were mad at someone, it was slapping you with a fish, and it would be like come out at you.
Mhm.
I always
Mhm,
thought that those
mhm,
graphics were so cool,
mhm.
you know?
They
But
were I remember that I had deleted like someone from my phone and I didn't have their contact anymore, but we had exchanged MSN logins.
mhm.
And so this person was like reaching out to me through
Mhm.
MSN Messenger and was like, let's have a video chat on MSN Messenger because at the time, Skype was connected to
Right.
MSN Messenger. And
Mhm.
so you could, through MSN Messenger, you could Skype call with someone. And I was like, ew,
Why would I
no.
do that?
Why do I want to talk to you? Um, but yeah, MSN was one that I used when I stopped using Yahoo.
Mhm.
I don't really know what. I think I stopped using Yahoo Messenger and MSN Messenger because this is when the birth of like Facebook and Facebook Messenger started to come out.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was living on freaking Farmville. So so my messenger kind of just went into like my Facebook inbox
Mm-hmm.
comparative to living in a chat room.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I think I preferred AOL Instant Messenger or AIM,
Mm-hmm.
because like more of our friends were on it. But when I was on those chat rooms, MSN Messenger was like the easier way to like connect with people.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but when I was like looking at both AOL Instant Messenger and like why did both of them fail, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for a long time, AOL really clung to their messenger service without really changing the format or adhering to a social media page. Because, right, with the added of Facebook, when Facebook got added from MySpace, where MySpace we could have profiles and we had a messenger, but we didn't have instant messaging services on
Mm-hmm.
MySpace. Whereas, like, once you went to Facebook and you had that instant messenger, there is no need for these other applications. And I don't think that AOL or MSN really came back from that, because that was like 2008, 2009 that
Mm-hmm.
I got a Facebook. And I would spend hours upon hours in like 2009, 2010, 2011, just chatting with people on Facebook.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But in June 2015, AOL was acquired by Verizon, and they tried to relaunch AOL Instant Messenger and it failed. And so they discontinued the service in 2017, calling it a failure. But it's really because they did not put that social media aspect back into it. Whereas MSN messaging really turned into Skype, which Skype held out for so long.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And Skype ceased to exist after last year, so, or 2024. That's not last year. That's not
Two
last year
years
anymore.
ago, friend. Two
Yeah,
years ago.
but MSN Messenger really was absorbed by Skype, and then Skype, because I loved Skype because you could internationally call
Yes.
without having to buy international minutes on your phone. So if you had any friends, or like me, and I went to London, to the UK, that was the only way that I could talk to people from back home, with Skype.
Not
But
now. Now you get your WhatsApp.
the other messaging service was Yahoo. Did you
I
use
love
Yahoo?
I did. I loved Yahoo Messenger because I felt like I loved that little like emoji button that they had
Mm-hmm.
before you could, with all the ridiculous smiley faces. Like I said earlier, like I loved Yahoo Games. Um if they brought that back, I would be their number one fan. I love a good stupid ass computer game that just like gives you points for nothing, like
But that
just
was
a
also the
high
thing.
score.
I think that Yahoo Messenger knew that they weren't going to be AOL, they weren't going to be MSN. So they really utilized, okay, we have millions of people going to our chat rooms or our
Mhm.
message boards. They had an easy way to click on someone to instant message them,
Mhm.
which is crazy for that time, because you would have to like wait around for someone to give you their screen name or their email. There was none of that. It
Mhm.
was all centralized into one. I loved Yahoo Messenger, because again, those chat rooms, those message boards for wrestling were easy, and I think I used Yahoo message boards until like 2015.
I was just gonna say I deleted my Yahoo email address
Oh.
2 years ago. Just because I had made it a long time ago, and I had made it, I think it was my first email that I used when I signed up for my Netflix account back in
Mhm.
2007. It was what I used when I created my Facebook, when I created my MySpace, I was using my Hotmail. But it was Natalie Lover at yahoo.com.
Natalie Lover.
But it had 2 E's and 3 R's. So there was a lot going on in there.
Oh my God, this is hilarious.
But what was the most cringe about that whole email is that, one, I created it because I was like trying to be like, oh, I'm so cool. What a creative name. But the idea of going to like Ulta or to a place that's like, can you give us your email address, please, so we can send you a confirmation email? And I was like, but do I have to? When like I could have just easily created an additional email, but I was like, well, it's on the email that I already have. Oh, it's Sprint. Oh, I have to go in and pay my Sprint bill. And they're like, can you confirm your email address for us, please? And I'm like, no.
No, I cannot.
I don't want to. But yeah, so my Yahoo handle for a really long time was Natalie Lover. And I was like, that is such a weird thing to put for your
If you want to be my
handle.
Natalie Lover.
Natalie Lover. But I did. I deleted that email a couple years back because I was just like, I'm so tired of this stupid. And I was having some issues like security wise. Like I felt like Yahoo just got so much junk mail, and my email kind of got hacked on that specific account. And it was at that time, it was pretty much just like a burner. Like I'd never used it for anything. But I was like, I don't really want to take the chance to something we're gonna happen. My cat has decided to make biscuits right here, so she's
Honestly,
just like, it's the blanket. I'm telling you, it's the blanket. But no, I liked Yahoo the best. I found that Yahoo was the easiest to use. Meeting people was easiest. And then I like I said, I like the features. I like having the emojis. I've always been like a maximalist kind of gal. Give me something where it can be like cute and fun. That was for me.
Wow. So yeah, it brings back some nostalgia. I mean, I was talking about MySpace and how it used to look like that.
MySpace.
Yahoo. GeoCity. GeoCities. That's really what I wanted to bring back is GeoCities. Bring it back. Let us just mindlessly roam around the internet, not having to care about our footprints. We also didn't even, I mean, you kind of mentioned, but Zanga.
Zanga? Yeah.
But those, like, it didn't really have like an instant messaging component, right? It was just like everyone had different profiles and stuff. So
do you remember, and I'm like, not do you remember, but remember when you could just, for your MySpace, one, we were coding without really like knowing that we were coding. And two, you could go to just some random site that you found on MySpace. And who knows what was embedded in any of these links that we were clicking. But you could just preview different skins from MySpace. And it'd be
And we
like,
were just
I want
doing
this
that.
to
Had I known that people who do that now make
buckets.
$250,000 a year, I would have stuck with it instead of like feeling like I was reading, the Satanic Temple documents every time. I'm like, let me just take this portion and bracket, do all these things. And then people, my family members would be like, why is Notepad always up on the family computer? It's like, we don't understand this. Is this satanic?
I look at that every time that I have to do something for work, and I'm like, oh, I should have paid more attention in my space.
Yeah.
I have to do transcripts. Like, I don't want to do any of this nonsense. But I just, that would be a whole topic. MySpace, that was so funny. MySpace was such a funny, weird. The concept of it was super fun. Like everybody's page. I remember it was in my I think I was dating a guy in the Navy when MySpace was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like you could change your skin, and then it was like, I heart my sailor, and it was like this sparkling skin of a background, and then rearranging your like top 8, top 4, top 8, top 6.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was a wild. That was a wild.
I can't wait for us to talk about our top 8. But yes, thank you so much. Are you ready to do some Ask a Millennials?
I am.
I picked out 2.
Yeah.
I think you will enjoy them because they have to do with sending messages.
Okay, can I read the first one?
Absolutely you can. Absolutely
okay.
you can.
I want to read the first one, please. I want to. That one looks funny.
As a reminder, you could always email us, peakmillennialspod@gmail.com, or slide into our little DMs with your own Ask a Millennials, and we can give our unsolicited or solicitous opinion about things that are going on in your life. Or you can send us Reddit stories.
Yes,
and
please.
We can read them live on the pod.
I don't know why I just did like the Borat thumbs up.
Like, it's good. It's good. Oh my god.
Big success.
Yes. Big success.
I love that. It's so funny. Right. Sacha Baron Cohen is a freaking gem. So like let's just be real here for a second. Yes. Okay. All right. Number 1. Am I overreacting? My husband thinks it's okay to send nudes to other guys.
Okay.
All right. Okay, I feel a little bit better now because it's a male to male. I thought it was a female to male, and I was gonna be like, oh, why did you get married?
Yeah, no.
Okay. So my husband, 27 male, and I, 28 male, have been married for just over a year now. Early on in our relationship, I was still in touch with some friends with benefits and would occasionally share a nude photo on Snapchat, as it always made me feel confident and desired. As our relationship grew more serious, my husband told me that he didn't like me sending nudes to my former FWBs, as it made it seem like he was not my focus of attention. So I stopped and lost contact with multiple people. Over the years, I have found my husband on Sniffies and Grindr. I'm gonna assume that Sniffies is like a
kink website. Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I gathered it by the title.
Yeah.
About half a dozen times after feeling he was distant and hiding something, I always confronted him about it, and it was always tough, but we got through it. Around the 3rd or 4th time, he told me that he does not feel as wanted sexually as he would like, and wanted to start a Twitter account where he could post his nudes and get some praise slash confidence from others. I was on board as I felt this would be an anonymous and harmless way for him to get what he was craving. This, unfortunately, was never enough, in my opinion, as he kept going on the hookup apps. And last year, less than 2 months after getting married, he confessed that he cheated on me with someone in the neighborhood that we had just moved into. What?
Yeah,
Oh, gosh.
crazy.
Okay, this continues on. I gave him an ultimatum, go to therapy and fix this, or else I am gone from his life forever. He grudgingly did start going to therapy, working on himself, and doing a lot better. About 6 months or so, I started noticing new names on his Snapchat message list that I didn't recognize and never heard of. I went through his Twitter account followers and recognized most of the names as people that live in the area. Trying not to be confrontational, I let it slide.
Ah!
Today, my husband sent me a nude selfie showing off his freshly dyed hair and mentioned a reference to the TV show Riverdale. I have never seen Riverdale and didn't get the reference. My husband knows I've never seen Riverdale. Riverdale. I instantly knew he had sent this to other people and myself in one mass snap message. I confronted him about it, telling him that although I'm happy he's happy and getting the praise from others, that I did not like that he was sending nudes to others, especially when I told him not to do it. When I was told not to do it from him. That's on top of a slippery slope of him physically cheating again. My husband then responded with, I sent it to 6 other people, all of who liked it and made me feel good, but my husband didn't. At that point, I shut down the conversation, stating that I am not going to allow you to blame me for this. And my husband stormed out of the room, stating, yeah, you're right. My feelings don't matter. Am I overreacting?
Ah!
Top comment. Top
Like...
comment. Your husband is trash.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the most trash that needs to be taken out. Trash, you know?
Trash.
Definitely, like, you set an ultimatum and you didn't follow it. You didn't follow through. And I think that's where your partner does not respect you or your boundaries. And I understand, like, being in a gay relationship, there are different, I don't know, connotations, rules, because I do know a lot of, like, of my gay friends who are married who like, they have the rule that, like, they can hook up and do other things, share pictures. Like, that's just part of, like, their dynamic. And I'm never gonna say, like, oh, monogamy is the only way. But for me, like, I don't like, it has to be a two-way street, because he's like, okay, I'm gonna allow my husband. I see that my husband needs to get this, like, gratification from his body and getting, like, praise on his body. So, like, he can make, like, a Twitter account, because a Twitter account is, like, harmless, because, right, you're not, like, I mean, it's probably not harmless, but it's part of, like, the community of, like, I want someone to think that I'm hot and desired. And maybe not just like, and maybe your husband is not enough for that guy, and, like, that's their own relationship. So I'm not going to say, like, that's the real issue. If that were me and my relationship, it would be. You know what I mean? Like, there's this miscommunication. However, it's the fact that, like, he went outside of the agreed upon area of Twitter onto dating apps, onto Snapchat, and he has admitted to hooking up with somebody else. which is a
In your
boundary.
neighborhood of all things.
Yeah. And like,
Yikes.
I know that like that's a thing with Grinder is like it is really easy for you to figure out like, okay, there's someone close by I can hook up with, and it'll just
Mm-hmm.
be a hookup.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not what was communicated. You know what I mean? Like that's not
Yeah,
what
yeah,
is
yeah.
communicated. And on the other side is where like it sounds like the husband, the 27-year-old male, is like, I want gratification. I want like physical gratification from anonymous people.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, okay, you could do that. But he told the OP, you're not allowed to have old friends with benefits looking at your nudes.
Yeah, but I'm allowed to
But
send whoever I want
yeah.
what I want.
And we are only seeing one side of the story. So I don't know the other
Mm-hmm.
conversations that could have been happening. And I agree that anonymity with like getting gratification from like, because I post like hot pictures of myself because I want people
Mm-hmm.
to comment on how hot I am.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But like, I'm not doing it to hook up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's a difference in like posting for yourself because you want
Mm-hmm.
to feel that confidence or that praise from like others. But
Right.
then there's also like that boundary of going outside of that line of an anonymous way to receive that feeling of, oh, I am still attractive or people still desire me,
Mm-hmm.
to like jumping into a situation with someone else.
Right.
Now, if that was an agreement in their marriage that like they both can be doing that, but one side of that relationship said, I don't like that you're sending that to your old friends with benefits. And he
Right.
said, all right, I'll be done now. And then the other one came back and said, nope, I would like to post pictures on Twitter. And the husband was like, cool, that's fine. But then this one decided that he was going to stray outside of that because it's like, what is
Right.
that? Like, get an inch, take a mile kind of situation.
Right. It doesn't seem
So
fair or
it's,
equal. And
yeah, it's not
it's
equal.
it's definitely having your cake and wanting to eat it too. You know what I
But
mean?
then to the end of it, like weaponizing and like
Mm.
gaslighting, that's a problem that I have here, is that like we don't need to be gaslighting each other about, well, my feelings don't matter and all these people liked my photo but not my husband. Like, your husband married
Mm.
you, so clearly he likes what you. And I understand that like a lot of people in
Legally binding
relationships,
contracts are scary for some, you know?
well, I know that there are a lot of people that require, or that's their love language, is that they need those words of
Mhm.
affirmation and that they need those reassuring words. But like, if you're married to someone, like, they love you and they find you attractive, unless, of course, like your marriage is falling apart. But that's another, these people have been
Mhm.
married for a year or two. Like, if that's the case, then maybe like marriage was not meant for you.
Yeah.
Maybe you shouldn't have. Um, this is, oh, there's a comment that goes, I'm not gay and I have never been in a situation like this one before. However, I
Mhm.
do consider myself as an expert in identifying manipulative people due to my job and life experiences. Your husband sounds like he's manipulative and uses his
Mhm.
insecurities as an excuse. If I were in
Mhm.
your shoes, I would significantly reconsider that relationship and either come to a compromise or end it altogether. You're not overreacting, regardless of your sexual orientation. You were asked, and you asked for exclusivity between the both of you, which is he is clearly breaking. And that's, I think, I think that the partner was like, sure, you can post these nudes on Twitter, thinking that they would be like neck and below, or like, I don't
Right.
really know what people, I'm terrible on Twitter, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But if I were to be like, oh, I'm going to post some nudes online, I wouldn't want to include my face unless it was like behind a paywall, because I don't want to go to freaking QFC or school drop off, or like, I don't know, Costco, and then be
Yeah.
like, oh, I know what her chi-chi looks like.
Oh my God.
You know, like,
Yeah,
oh,
I know
you
exactly what you
know,
mean though.
I'm not ashamed of myself, but like at the same time, I don't need like my, God forbid, I don't need like my granny or my
I don't
dad, you know, like
yeah.
my uncle accidentally
And
stumbling
it needs to
over.
be behind a paywall for me to feel
Yes.
like comfortable with that.
Yeah.
But
Anyways, no,
anyways,
I don't think
I don't
they're
think the person is
overreacting.
overreacting either. Unfortunately, it sounds unfortunate.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to our second and final Ask a Millennial. It is from the same subreddit of Am I Overreacting? But it is Am I overreacting for being pissed that my girlfriend uses AI to text me? So
Mm.
this actually was sent to me because um I posted how much I hate AI. And shout out to Alana because Alana sent this to me, so thank you. But okay, so I caught my girlfriend using ChatGPT to reply to my messages, and not just sometimes, but for everything. At first, I thought she was just being extra thoughtful with her texts, and so until I saw her copy pasting my messages into an AI app while we're sitting together. When I called her out, she said it's helpful, it helps her express herself better, and that I should be grateful she puts in the effort. But it feels like I'm talking to a robot the whole time. Even our serious conversations when I was stressed out about work, when my dog died, she fed my messages into an AI and sent the perfect response, in quotes. Now I'm questioning if anything she's ever actually, or now I'm questioning anything she's actually, now I'm questioning if anything she's ever said was actually her. Am I overreacting? She says I'm overreacting, but I feel like our entire relationship is a chatbot simulation.
Because it is.
Because it is.
Yes, it is. Because it is.
what
I
is what is your opinion on chatbots and chat GPT? And
I do not I do not like
I do
it.
not either. Okay.
I I have used it in the past.
Mm-hmm.
I maybe like 5 times.
Mm-hmm.
And that's mostly because sometimes my brain gets so overstimulated by trying to figure something out that
Yeah.
like I could easily feed it into, like, I use it mostly to create priority listing.
Mm-hmm.
So like I have 10 things that I need to get done, and I'm like, please put this in a list that like I can just do it in the order that I should do it versus like sporadically how I would do it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not using it for like rewriting out, like we have to do reviews at work annually.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not using this to like write out my review on, you know, how my year was, or creating an AI picture of myself laying on a bed with a spooky, you know, ghost face behind me, or putting in like, this is what a demigorgon should look like if it was sparkly, you know? Um,
Yeah.
you know, like I understand the emotion, not the emotional, but the environmental shit that it's creating by
Right.
having these AI buildings, essentially, like
Mm-hmm.
farms, factories, whatever they are. Um, and I don't want to feed into that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, in a, I feel like AI collectively is making people stupid because they don't have to use their actual brain.
Right.
But in certain aspects, I find that it's a really catch-22 for me. Like, I don't want to use it on a daily basis, and I don't want to rely on it. I don't like meta AI. I don't like how it collects my data and then it's like, this would be more better for you.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like that because then it feels very sci-fi movie to me.
Mm-hmm.
But there are certain aspects that could be helpful within reason. But then again, I'm not a fan. And I know
Yeah.
you're not a fan. Yeah.
I, I like many people, I thought I was a little bit more curious about AI because AI really is like artificial intelligence reading pattern behavior. So I can see how pattern recognition, uh because that's what charts are, right? Like when
Yeah.
you would put
Yeah.
anything into a chart or a graph, it
Mm-hmm.
is projecting, right, with pattern recognition. But when you start building pattern recognition based on non-consensual data, non-consensual things, like, because from what I'm seeing is, okay, she's putting this into chat GPT so
Mm-hmm.
that someone in the therapy speak, you know, can help you distinguish exactly what you're feeling. I learned that task, and I'm still learning that task by going to therapy. It is
Yeah.
difficult for me when I'm angry. I have to identify, where am I feeling angry? What caused me to feel angry?
Mm-hmm.
What part of the conversation set me off? And then I have to take those pieces and go, you know, I am angry because you said that you were going to do this and you didn't.
Mm-hmm.
That means to me, when you said you were going to do something and you didn't, it upsets me because it means that you don't respect my time. My time is
Yeah.
very important to me. So it's
Yeah.
like having those tools to be able to do that. Sure, ChatGPT could give you that. However, where who is giving that data to the software? Was it
Yeah.
consensual, or did they just steal that from Therapy Today, or, you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
whatever
Yeah.
knowledge, whatever information is out there on the internet? And that's what scares me, because it's the feedback is not given from a licensed professional. And we've seen this. Oh, there was a person who chat it was like a chat GPT gave them incorrect information, and it caused them to relapse,
Mm-hmm.
which, like, part of the feedback was like, it's okay, you could just use a little bit of meth.
Mm-hmm.
What? Why would any licensed professional tell
No,
someone
never.
going through treatment, I understand, you know, the way that you're feeling is because you want a little bit of this thing, because addicts aren't, you know, it's not like a brownie, you know what I mean? I'm not on
Yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
diet,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it,
yeah.
like,
But there's
there's
no
no
human,
differentiation.
yeah, there's no human differential that, like, human logic or human common sense. It's
Mhm.
all computer. It's all computer based because there is no feeling. I feel the same way, like, about AI as I do feel about, like, robotics,
Mhm.
like the AI robot things that they're creating that are like, you see them like walking down the stairs and then they like fall down and then it goes all crazy, or like like a AI robot helper, like that's just like a robot thing. Um I have, it's called like my list of things that give me nightmares as a grown up.
Mm,
And on the list of like deep space, going to space, a deep ocean, like robotics is on there too. Because it's an unknown. If a computer becomes smarter than a human that created the computer, then we're kind of screwed. Um but it also I feel like AI eliminates like job force because
mm,
it cancels out the need for that human intervention. I myself in my field have seen many people get laid off recently because of the AI that has essentially eliminated their need to be.
yeah.
And it's just kind of unfortunate. I think in this situation, the girlfriend, instead of having that emotional connection, that emotional labor or that mental labor of being in a relationship and actually giving feelings back to her partner,
Hmm.
essentially eliminated all of that and was like, you're not worth my time to put effort into it. And that's what's unfortunate, is that I couldn't imagine Brian texting me something like, how's your day, or what's going on, and then I have to copy and paste that into a thing and then
Yeah.
send him over this elaborate message back of like, oh, my day is so wonderful, I did this and blah blah blah. Like, I could just send him a voice message of that.
Hmm.
Like, so it's kind of unfortunate. And then to know like she did that for, like, he went through a death of a family member or a
Yeah.
death of a pet or something. Like,
Yeah.
absolutely not.
If someone
Absolutely not.
responded to me with like, "Hey, I'm grieving. I'm
Mm-hmm.
seeking support," and they sent me Chat GPT, I would fucking lose it
I would lose
because
it.
I'm not having a relationship with a computer. I'm having a relationship with a human. Use your
Yeah.
goddamn brain. And if you
Yeah. And
don't
then,
have the words, no words. Or just saying, I don't know how to be there for you, but just know I'm there for you.
yeah.
It,
Yeah.
that just that's ah.
I like I said before, I know that there are certain aspects to it that can be really useful, but I don't want to be in a place where like I need to have an AI assistant to tell me what I
Mhm.
need to get done in a day, or please recap what this email says, because then like, why do I have eyeballs? Why do I have a brain? Like,
Right.
I can use any type. Oh, it's in a different language. Okay, well then I'll use a translator and I'll translate what it says. Or
Mhm.
like, there's a plus and minus to it. I I I go back and not that I go back and forth on it. I just feel like it's eliminating the need for like true artistic people to create art in the way that they like to. Um People are losing jobs because of it.
Mhm.
It's using up natural resources. So AI is something that really freaks me out and I don't like it. Um and
I
maybe
don't like it
call me
either.
old fashioned, say whatever you want to say. Like, I just, it's not my favorite thing. Um but I kind of feel bad for that person. Like, I would never.
Yeah.
It's almost like it's like they need to ask their girlfriend, like, are you human?
Mhm.
Are you an AI? Are you human? Because, like, do you have some human feelings in there?
Yeah.
Can you just be? Can you just be?
Well,
Yuck.
that is it for us. Yeah, can you just
Yep.
be? Any final thoughts, Natalie, before we sign off?
I loved a good chat room. I missed the simplicity of a chat room.
Yeah.
But also, can we bring back like silly? Well, I guess we have a phone now where we can play whatever game we want to.
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
I enjoy how technology has evolved into how we communicate with others. I just wish that people would communicate with me less sometimes. I don't want to be available 24/7. I have business hours,
I agree. I don't want to always have to worry that someone's going to call me in the middle of the night and there's going to be, or I'm going to wake up to a text message of like an emergency. I just, sometimes I do miss a dial-up internet and
I miss people not having
home
access
phone.
to me. Truly.
Yep.
Truly.
I agree.
Well, where can we find you? So we know how to get a hold of you.
You can find me on Instagram or TikTok, both at Natalie Christina. Coming soon, we will have some gardening content.
Woo, woo, woo.
We're putting in plans for 2026, and we will be dragging our tripod out for some content recording. I'm so excited. Yay.
Well, you can find me anywhere there is social media _Queeranti. I realize I did not put my handle up. Sorry about that. But it's down here if you're looking at the screen. And as always, find us over at Peak Millennials Pod. We're going to be posting things all month. So I want you to tune in. But
and if there's anything that you all want to see or have us talk about, we're open to suggestion, as well as sneak into our DMs. We're there.
Yeah.
Let us know. Let us know about your chat room experiences. We'd love to share some stories too. So,
same. Well,
yeah.
Absolutely. Love your faces. Be kind to each other. And Happy New Year. Bye.
Happy 2026. Bye.